Hi, this is Jessica from Asbury Woods. Welcome back to my backyard for another virtual visit. Today we're going to talk about a creature that lives here in my backyard, and that's the American beaver. Now, if you look behind me, you'll see that there's an elevated pond with a wall built of mud and sticks and other natural materials. That is actually a beaver dam built by the beavers. 5 years ago, there was a creek that ran through there that was 5 to 8 feet below this ground level, and the beavers built that dam, which is a structure intended to hold back water and create a pond for them. And now we have a big elevated pond back there. Now, a beaver dam is different than a beaver's home, which is called a beaver lodge. Let's go back and take a closer look at the beaver dam.
The American beaver is the largest rodent in the United States, growing from 2 to 3 feet long, and that's not including the tail. They have brown waterproof fur and webbed feet. Like most rodents, beaver teeth grow continuously throughout their lives, and beavers must gnaw on trees and wood to keep their teeth from getting too long. Thick layers of enamel on their teeth give them an orange color. Beavers are well known for their ability to build dams. They're one of the few animals that can actively change an entire ecosystem by blocking rivers and streams with trees and mud and other natural materials, creating their own lakes, ponds, and floodplains. Here you can see the edge of our pond, all of the mud and the sticks and the twigs and leaves piled up along the edges. And here you can see a view of our beaver dam from down below in the creek that's at the bottom. It's amazing that these little rodents have such engineering abilities. Beavers can stay underwater for almost 15 minutes without coming to the surface. They have transparent eyelids that act like goggles so that they can see while they swim.
Now, beaver's territory is actually a lot bigger than you might think. We're going to take a walk down the road a little ways so we can see just how widely the beavers that built a dam in our yard affect our neighborhood.
With each new generation of beaver, their territory can grow to include up to 5 miles of shoreline. This spot here, where we can see more beaver construction, is about half a mile down the road from my house. And if I were to continue walking, I would see more evidence of beaver habitat. Beaver lodges, or the structures that beavers build to actually live in, can range from 6 to 40 feet depending on the number of beavers living in the colony. Beavers are active year-round, and they're mainly nocturnal but can sometimes be seen during the day, like this one. From a property owner's perspective, beavers are often seen as a destructive force, and many property owners try to eliminate them from their land. They certainly do have the power to change the landscape. Here you can see an overhead picture from Google Maps of our property from 2008. Mostly farmland and trees. And here's an aerial shot from last summer. You can see that most of the area that looked like farmland has been transformed into a wetland space. But when we look at what beavers do from the perspective of the health of the ecosystem, beaver ponds and their associated wetlands provide habitat for a wide variety of animals, not just in the water, but also in the dead standing trees that are killed by the flooding. Beaver ponds also filter and trap sediment and excess nutrients and serve as water storage and recharge areas. Just a few years ago, we would have never seen animals like this muskrat or this salamander. And a variety of birds now come back every new season. While beavers can certainly be destructive, they can also create new opportunities to encounter very interesting wildlife. Now that we've learned a little bit about beavers, do you think you could be a beaver? Can you stop or change the flow of water using only natural materials like sticks, rocks, mud, and leaves? Doing this project with older children, you can let them go out in nature and find their own materials to design their own dam, providing a container for them to experiment with the water. For younger children, you might want to provide them with some materials and set some parameters.
Thanks so much for coming back to my backyard for another virtual visit. It's always fun to get out here and explore nature together, even though we can't get together in person. So until we can see each other at the Nature Center again, stay safe, stay healthy, get outside and get some fresh air, and be sure to come back for more virtual visits.